Good morning, guys, boys and girls, and ladies and gentlemen. It's a Friday morning, Memorial Day weekend. I think it's going to be a busy morning. Left the house about 5 minutes ago. Got down here and got some petrol in my boot, as I used to like to say last season. Anyway, got some gas and cleaned up a little bit. Waiting for my first ping of the day. As of late, I've been waiting to get a ping to leave the house. But I didn't gas up yesterday, and I was down to almost half tank. This little car only holds about 10 gallons, so I figure I better gas her up. And gas her up I did. Anyway, like I said, it's Friday. I did publish a video yesterday, and I must apologize to several of my viewers. Apparently were unable to open the link, so I'll be reissuing that this morning. That'll be the first episode of this season, and I hope everybody enjoys it. So I'm just sitting here now waiting for somebody to request me on the application. Not sure what the day's gonna have in store. Could be a big day, guys. Could be a big day. Could end up with a couple airport runs today. We'll see. The last couple mornings I've got started early. Not today. Could be a slow burner today. A slow burner. I think we've discussed that term before. It's a term Uber drivers use to describe a day that starts out slow. You know, a trip here, a trip there, just builds and builds and builds until it's just crazy town. Well, I ended up the day pretty good yesterday. Had a couple more trips after I checked out. Did pretty good. So I'm just gonna I might meander over towards the freeway and position myself in such a way that I'm accessible to both Port Orchard and Gig Harbor, and even striking range to Bremerton, to be honest with you. I don't really want to disclose my exact location that I'll be going to in the event that this video leaks. I don't really want the other Uber drivers or Lyft drivers, what have you. I don't want them muscling in on my territory. I don't want it to come to a fisticuffs. Don't want any altercations with my fellow transportation network company associates. Don't think it'll come to that. Anyway, I'm gonna get posted up in the appropriate location here and get on with the morning. Try and check in with you a couple times today if possible. Just kind of waiting for my phone to ring here, and I'm getting nothing. You see, one other car. He's up in the Erlands Point area, kind of centrally located between Silverdale and Bremerton. Seen a couple other cars working over there in downtown Bremerton, but flashed on and off, probably a couple short ferry rides. I don't want to be in the short game today. I want to play the long game. I want to hear how you're in a hurry to get to the ferry because you left 5 minutes late, because you're too lazy to request a ride on the application 5 minutes earlier. You're gonna miss the ferry, that's what's gonna happen. I appreciate your $3.82, but I'm not speeding to get you to the ferry boat. Give me a tip, I'll probably speed a little bit, but typically speaking, an Uber driver follows all traffic laws. It's part of being a responsible operator. Anyway, enough of that. I'm gonna go get myself posted up. Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to check in real quick and explain a couple things to you. Two things that you as a prospective rider might want to be aware of. The first one is, if you want to ride at 7:20 on Uber, you want to leave your house at 7:20, you don't text me at 5:30 in the morning, and then 3 minutes later, after I've already started heading to your house, text me and say, I don't need a ride until 7:30. Well, here's an idea. Request a ride at 7:30. It's not that hard. You request on demand. It's an on-demand service. If you want to schedule a ride, you schedule it on Lyft, and you schedule it for the time that you want to be picked up. Not 2.5 hours early. I'm not going to sit in front of your house for 2.5 hours so I can take you down to the McDonald's. Just a little tip so you don't aggravate your Uber driver. Next one is, don't ask me how to use the Rider app. I'm a driver. I use the driver application. You are the rider. You use the Rider application. Don't ask me where you go to click this and you go to click that. I don't take Uber or Lyft. I have my own cars. That's why I'm a driver, not a rider. Anyway, I just wanted to touch on a couple of those things. My last rider had several questions about the application. He earned himself 3 stars for being a stupid rider. You want to be an educated rider. It's an application. It's a little computer thing. You're 25 years old. You can play video games. I'm sure you can figure out how to use a simple application. Anyway, I just wanted to provide a couple tips to any prospective riders. So anyway, I'm going to get back to it. It's a slow burner today, just like I figured it would be. Only have just a handful of rides. 3 rides is all so far this morning, but Oh, it's gonna start heating up anytime. I can feel it in my bones. Well, I can't really feel it. I don't know if it's gonna get busy or not, to be honest with you. I'm not gonna work at it all day to find out, that's for sure. Anyway, I'm gonna get back to it. Make the money. Or as they say in France, put my nose to the grindstone. They probably don't say that in France. They gotta have I would think they have grindstones in France. I don't know. I don't know what else they would do to sharpen their knives. It's beyond me. I'm not French. I'm an American Uber driver. Anyway, beautiful day out, and I'm gonna get back to it. Well, guys, I'm gonna call it. Calling it a day. Wasn't such a productive day. I had high hopes this morning. High hopes. Just like that little ant thought he could move a rubber tree plant. Well, I didn't move a rubber tree plant today, I can tell you that much. There is no doubt about that. There was no rubber tree moved. Didn't do that bad, I've done worse. I did a dumb thing. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Great. Accepted a ping, a lip line, clear up in East Bremerton, 14 minutes away. Way too far to be driving for any pickup, let alone a lipped line. Minimum payment method next to a free ride. It was to the Kitsap Mental Health Clinic. Great. This'll be good, I thought to myself. I'm gonna make bank on this one. Anyway, I make my way up there to East Bremerton off of Rydell Road. If you're familiar with the Fred Meyers, it's right there next to the Freddy's. Picked up a couple mental health people. Think they may have needed a little more treatment, but whatever. Everybody has their disabilities. Nobody's perfect. Not even an Uber driver is perfect. No matter what your rating is, you're gonna make a mistake now and again. Anyway, I proceeded to take them on their lift line about 3.5 miles up the road, down John Carlson Road, where they're doing construction. Sat there for about 10 minutes waiting to get through construction. Mind you, you don't get paid any extra time on a line. It's a fixed mileage and time. You veer off course and go farther, that's your own problem. You have to use the published route. It's on the application. You follow the route on the application. So I dropped off the 2 people. Made $4.30. Took me about a half hour to complete the ride. Not to mention, it left me clear out of position for any future pickups, causing me to deadhead back into Bremerton. It's a lesson learned, guys. We don't make mistakes, we don't learn. And I learned today. You don't pick up a lift line. Under any circumstances, you should not pick up a lift line. But I picked up a ride just a short bit after that as I entered Bremerton over in the Manette area. Took a gentleman to pick up a U-Haul on the other side of Bremerton. Not a bad fare. He's moving to Wenatchee, loading up the truck and headed out this afternoon. Apparently he was unaware of the fact until I informed him, being a professional driver, a highly rated professional driver, the traffic's going to be awful going to Wenatchee on Friday afternoon, Memorial Day weekend. He seemed so surprised. I guess he's not a thinking man. He is, however, a tipper, so that's good. He's a 5-star rider, in my opinion. Anyway, that's all I got for today. I'm just going to pick up some groceries and whatnot at the grocery store. You probably figured that out by yourself, so that's it. Over and out.